So
I request
there
all
are
participants to turn on their videos.
Do one thing, if any of the participant who is going to switch off his or her video anytime will be disqualified. Make this rule. No need to remind time to time to all the participants.
okay. So there are two srishtis, two different srishtis. So please make sure that your title, the first alphabet of your title, the initial of your title is also mentioned in your username, and that would make it more convenient for me.
Hello, is my video visible?
Indeed, it is visible.
Yes.
No, but because in the participant list it is not showing. So,
It's visible to me, so it won't be an issue.
okay.
Nikhil Goel, your video is still not on. Please do.
I have joined with two devices as when I am switching to chat section, the video is
Cool. Sure. Okay, so let's begin. Garima, please take
Allow
over.
him to join once again. Sakib, allow him to join once again. Let him
Sahum,
leave the meeting and allow him to join once again.
Sahum.
Who is having that problem?
No, so they have two devices. One, like I saw the other device's name with the video shut. So with the other device, their video is on. So yeah.
Okay, now you can start.
Yes, just one more thing. The second mobile device which you have with which the video is not on, please disconnect it from the audio so that there is no echo. And secondly, it should appear at the bottom of the participants list. It would help it make easier for us to monitor you. Okay, Garima, please take over.
Have all the participants reached? Have all the participants joined?
Even if not, it's already too late, and I guess we should just begin because the time was given as 2:30 and it's already
Yes,
2:45.
and that
So there's no point waiting.
I suppose that Kanika is there for the scoring part, and you don't need any assistance from the council members.
No, like me and Kanika would manage the scoring part. No assist would be needed there in the procedures of the quiz. So just the appointees would be there to monitor the.
Great, it's great. So Shakib, you may go on with the procedures of the screening round, and the questions should start rolling. It's
I guess
getting late now.
Garima was the okay. So there is no such inoculation as such. So we'll just begin with the quiz. So Kanika, could you just share the slides? Yes. Yes, I'll just fix the things.
Do we have Sanjeev Sinha sir and Amit Pandey sir with us?
Yes, they are there in the meeting.
Yes, Kingsuk, I'm there.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon.
Good afternoon, teachers. Under your able guidance, so we are starting this competition.
Yes.
Let's hope it goes well.
Yes,
Okay,
yes.
so all the best to all the quizzers and all the council members. Let's have a great quiz ahead.
Yeah, we have complete trust on you people, on your potential. Okay.
Okay, so
Yes, with it.
without any further ado, and so we'll be beginning. In there is also Vaishnav in the meeting who would also be helping me assist, like he would assist me in the quiz. So we'll be beginning with the quiz now with the prelims. So let me explain about the rules of the prelims. So there are a total of 15 questions in the prelims. There are no negative marking, so just go on guessing, randomly guess. So let me tell you about the questions, this quiz, right? All the questions are something which you are very familiar to. Like if you see the answers, no, you'll be like, okay, I knew this, I know this person, or I know this thing, right? So it'll be very familiar to it. It's not something very factual. The quiz is totally not factual. All the answers are workable and guessable. Just try to take the guesses and it would work out. Also, just do not try to recall much. If you have got like if there is something which just hit your mind, just do not try to recall it. If you are not a seasoned quizzer, if you do not have much experience, just go with your instinct and just try to guess more. Okay, that would help you. And the format of the questions are, they are not one line questions, or like they're a paragraph long questions. You'll have to read through the questions and then it would be great if you just analyze the question more, just try to get the different hints and just try, and then it would automatically click. So that's how you work out the questions. In the prelims there are 15 questions, and the top 6 teams would qualify for the finals. And there would be a 20-second window after every question. I would send a message of start in the chat and then a stop in the chat, a message of stop in the chat, and all the answers should come in between those two, right? So also, Quizmaster is not God, so feel free to ask queries. Also, I'm an atheist, so totally. So let's begin with the quiz. Let's go with the first question. Right. So before that, just go one slide back, one slide back, one slide back. Yeah. Any participant who has any query, we'll just take the queries right away, and then we'll just proceed with the questions. Any participant with any query?
Is there any kind of cutoff for the finals?
That depends, like how much the top 16 score, right? How could we just give a cutoff right now? So yeah, like also please don't try to Google, because there are certain questions which are traps, and we know if you Google it, we would come to know, like if you will get some wrong answer from the Google. So we know the top answer which would be appearing up. So yeah, and also some questions are pretty non-Googleable, so it won't make a difference at the end of the day. So let's begin with the quiz, and let's go to the first question straight away. So the first question is, in 2011, Somalia's Al-Shabaab militant group banned a popular snack, saying it was offensive and too Christian. It was believed that offense was taken at the three-sided shape of the snack, supposed which resembles the symbol of the Christian Holy Trinity. What was banned? One of the most basic questions of this quiz. It would obviously escalate higher ahead. So you just need to tell me that what is this snack?
Time over.
Excuse me.
Yes. So let's move on to the answer slide. Till that time, I'll evaluate the answers. Yeah, let's go to the answer slide. It is indeed samosa. Yes, sir.
Aditya has joined without uniform. You must wear your uniform, Aditya.
Yes,
Ganges
sir.
house.
Please make sure if you qualify for the finals, you have your uniform with you. So the answer to this question was samosas. So samosas were banned in Somalia in 2011. So it was fairly simple. Okay, you just had to think of the shape, and like you just had to work it out. It was fairly simple, and there were a lot of right answers in the chart. We'll move on to the next question. Question number 2. Please put on the slide. Right. Okay. So one more thing. The format of these questions are that on the top you will see a bold statement like highlighted, right? So that statement could be something very goofy. It could be something which I have just put as a very non-direct hint. Those questions would never be a direct hint. Okay, and those won't help you solve the questions. They would help you like verify the answers which you have already thought. Please make sure the slide is completely visible. So if you can read the question already, the top line says, is he the son of Joe Biden? So the question is, born in Nainital of England, uh, born in Nainital of English and Irish parentage, he joined the Indian Army in 1917 at the age of 40, rising to the rank of lieutenant colonel. In World War I, he commanded his own ex-labor corps of 500 men in France. So his life is documented in the book Carpet Sahib. You can start sending in your answers. I have already sent the message of start in the chat. Yes. So his life is documented in the book Carpet Sahib, a mispronunciation of his name by the local hill folk. He was a household name in the scattered hamlets of the X region, where he was immortalized in a dozen folk songs and 1,000 tales, and venerated by the local people as a sadhu, a holy man. So you need to give me the name of this person. A person on whom a book is written called Carpet Sahib, and who was born in Anital, definitely a British officer. You can see the
Uh,
image of the
You
person
have
at the
to name
bottom.
the person on whom the book is
Yes.
based. Okay.
Yes, indeed. You have to name the person whose picture is given. And on the top, you can see an actor's picture who has played the role of this person in a movie. And you get 5 more seconds.
Can't see the slide.
4, 3, 2,
Malay.
1. Cool. I've sent the message of stop, and that's it. So let's move on to the answer slide. Most of you getting it right. We move on to the answer slide. Jim Corbett. Indeed, it was Jim Corbett. Most of you got it right. A very obvious answer. So yeah, uh, we'll we'll be moving on to the next question. You need to connect like these different Time magazine covers. P.S. Even Devil was once an angel. You need to connect these different Time magazine covers and start. Please start sending in your answers. I really miss jumping around with the mic and shoving it into your faces like while doing all this. Like this whole pandemic is kind of bad. I don't like sitting here and just dictating the questions. So please send in your answers. Not that obvious, not that obvious. It won't be something like, don't think of very obvious things. Okay. Think of a little trivial.
In this, what we have to do means which kind of answer?
You need to connect these different Time magazine covers. What is the common link between these different Time magazine covers? And you get 5 more seconds to send in the answers. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Please stop. No more answers to be taken at this moment. Okay. Cool. And a very interesting answer from Srishti. We'll go to the answer slide. So the answer was the M of Time depicted as devil's horn by adjusting the portrait of these personalities who were accused to be evil in one way or the other. Please go back to the slide. Please go back to the question slide. If you see the M like above the heads of these personalities is depicted as like two horns, two devil's horns. So this is a theory, which is a conspiracy theory, which goes on. And recently, in the Time magazine cover where Donald Trump was featured, the similar thing was also a similar thing was noticed, right? So if you see, all the M behind looks like the devil's horns. So that was the answer to this question. Let's move on to the next question. And like it won't be something very obvious like precedence. And like how we'll move on to the next question. The slide is already up, so we won't waste much time. So the question says, also at the top, if you can reduce something, I told you it could be something goofy, it won't be something direct. Just try to think about it, and like if you can connect it, it's great. Or if you don't, you have enough hints in the question. So when Indian forces drove away the Portuguese from this colony, it came in the eyes of international law, an independent country. The residents of the colony requested the government of India for administrative help. So basically, what happened was this was a Portuguese colony, which like after the Indian forces drew away the Portuguese, it became an independent country. KG Badlani was made the prime minister or the chief administrator of this country, so that this country could join in India. And your time to send in the answers has already started. Yes, please go on. Please send in your answer. So you can see the flag of that country under air quotes. That country there as well, the old flag of that country. And at the top, you can see some alphabets and letters. If you can deduce something out of it, it's pretty cool. If you cannot, then I cannot help it. So yeah, and 5 more seconds. Stop. Okay. Amazing answers, amazing answers. So the answer which most of you got was, please go on to the answer slide. Yeah, the answer was Dadra and Nagar Haveli, a pretty obvious answer. So Achal starts with the quiz. The first 4 questions were pretty easy. We'll move on to the, yeah.
By mistake, I had sent you two answers. In the first one, I only sent D A R. So please ignore that because it was a typing mistake. So
That would be considered.
consider
That
that.
would be considered. Sure, sure. Please do not make
Okay,
such
thanks.
goofy mistakes later in the later phase of
Yeah,
the
okay.
quiz. Let's,
I'll take care.
yeah, sure, sure. Please mute yourself. We'll move on to the next question in the quiz. Okay. So at the top, you can see a lyric from Taylor Swift's song "The Archer." I'll be the archer. I'll be the prey. If you can make something out of it, it's great. Or it could be just something goofy or just out of my obsession of with Taylor Swift. So the question goes, the word X originated in medieval Europe. Back then, castles were prone to attacks by enemies. To keep themselves safe, the powerful owners had the ca- had the castles built with vertical arrow slits known as X's. These X's enabled guards in the castle to strike down enemies with little exposure to danger. Focus on like the meaning of X, which is given there. Okay. Although X's were narrow on the outside, they were much wider on the inside, enabling archers to strike from different angles. The X's were built in the form of crosses and were known as crosslets. Over a period of time, the literal meaning of the word was eventually replaced with its metaphoric definition, gaps that can be exploited to avoid consequences. And your time has started to answer the questions. So you need to tell me what is this X. Just figure out the meaning of it, like the meaning which is given there. What was the meaning before, and what's the definition which goes on right now, right? The answer is something very obvious. So think a little obvious. Think a little obvious. Wow, like I'm getting answers which like I
So
don't
do
know.
you want the name of the thing?
Yes, I want the word X,
Okay.
and you just have 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. Cool. So wow, I guess there are no right answers, and yeah, a tough one, a tough one, and it was pretty easy. Please go on to the answer slide. Loophole. As simple as that. Gaps which can be exploited. A loophole. As simple as that. Let's move on to the next question. Just you could have thought a little and you would have got it. The top
Quiz
line
master,
says,
if you
yeah,
if you don't mind me asking,
yes.
what context did it have with the lyrics of the Taylor Swift song? How
There
could you
was just
deduce
a
from
mention.
that?
You couldn't have deduced. I said it. It could be something very goofy as well. There was a mention in the question of archers. So I just wrote a Taylor Swift lyric. That's it. I told you it could be something very goofy. So let's go on to the next question. The top line says, money, money, money. So X was a gardener from Kendrapara district in Odisha, recognized as a hero by Rajendra Prasad, the then president, in 1955 with a reward of rupees 500 and a letter of praise for his heroics a few years back. While he was a gardener, his wife served goat milk. He lived and continued with his job in Delhi till he retired in 1967, and by the time he died in 1983, he had been devoured by both obscurity and deprivation. But in June 2016, Naveen Patnaik, the chief minister of Odisha, provided 5 lakhs to his widow. So basically you have to tell me what heroic act where his khurpi came in handy was he honored for? Give X for 10 trillion dirhams. Like basically that's a version of brownies. Give X if you want some brownies. I won't give it, but yeah, still. So you need to tell me what was the heroic act, right? What heroic act this gardener committed? Also, you can send in the answers. I've already sent the start message. Please send in your answers. Yes, if you see, it's mentioned that many people and analysts suggested that the BJD, Biju Janata Dal, from where Naveen Patnaik comes, might have been trying to get more support by honoring uh, X with the Panchayat polls due next year. So basically, they honored X to like just get an advantage in the Panchayat polls. You should tell me what was this X? What did he do? What was the heroic act he committed? And yeah, 5 more seconds. 5 more seconds. Wow. These are some amazing answers. 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, 0. Okay, I've got an answer like which says farmers protest. Right? Like, why in 1950 would Rajendra Prasad honor a person who was protesting today? Like, uh, okay, cool. Let's move on to the to the answer slide. The answer was he caught Nathuram Godse while Godse was evading after assassinating Mahatma Gandhi. X was Raghu Naik. So Raghu Naik was the gardener who caught Nathuram Godse, and he was honored for that, and it was termed as a heroic act. Let's move on to the next question. The seventh question. Newton and Rupi Kaur could never. Also, the money, money, money referred to Gandhi being on the currency note. So that was the relation at the top. So question number 7, the top line reads, Newton and Rupi Kaur could never. Following is an excerpt from On the Nature of Reality, which documents the below conversation as religion met science. Identify X and Y. So you can read a convo which like just tries to take out the meaning of the infinite personality of man, or the humans, the truth of the universe, and all that. So these are two people having a conversation, and if you see like you can just distinguish that two people are coming from two different kind of backgrounds, right, in the terms of what they're speaking. Also, PS, the timeline is early 20th century. So you need to tell me who these two people are. Identify X and Y, and you can start sending in your answers now. Also, the top line is a big hint. If uh, you can just like if you can just get the top line correct and then just match it with the timeline, you would have the answers, have a very obvious answer. Stop. No more answers to be taken. Yes, that's it. No more answers. No more answers. What do you mean by that, Just Sharma? You left A. What was that? Okay, so I've received the answers. We'll move on to the answer slide. And the two people were Albert Einstein and Rabindranath Tagore. So the top line was Newton and Rupi Kaur could never. Newton was a scientist, a physicist. Albert Einstein, equivalent. Rupi Kaur is a poet, and the equivalent to that would be Rabindranath Tagore, right? So that was the link of the top line, and if you could have just equated with the timeline. Okay, moving to the next question. So the question reads, 1 for this photo, 2 for the show. That could also be something which you can relate. So the question is, the following is the cropped version of X's most famous picture. This photograph was taken at the Viceroy House, now known as Rashtrapati Bhavan, in 1946. The widely seen version of this photo is actually the mirror image of the original photo. The original photo is like mentioned there. It's a cropped up version. So, and the widely circulated image is actually the mirror image of this. Alongside X, we could see Lord Frederick Pethick Lawrence in the photo. So in the cropped up version, you can see Lord Frederick, and beside him would be X, who has been cropped out. Give me X and eventually the funda. What is the funda of this question? Like, why is this photo so famous and why is it so widely circulated? You can start sending me the answers. You need to give me both. Give me X and the funda.
I am unable to send you the message.
Please mention X and funda both, because I've got like most of the answers are just X. I want the funda too. Still just getting the X. I want the funda too. And 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. So the answer to the question is, that's it. No more answers to be taken. Let's go to the answer slide. The answer to the question is X is Mahatma Gandhi, and this is the photo of Gandhi which appears on the currency notes. If you see the picture of Gandhi there, like if you see a larger version here too, towards the left corner of the slide, you can see Gandhi there, and the mirror image is used on the currency notes. Also, the hint on the top line was one for this photo, two for the show. So the phrase is one for the money, two for the show. So one for the money, one for the photo. So the photo equals money, which equals currency, right? So that was the answer. We'll move on to the next question.
Do we get any points for giving the?
Yeah, half points, part points will be given. So the ninth
Okay.
question is, I would meet you where the spirit meets the bones. Right? That's a lyric from a Taylor Swift song called Ivy. While there's a hint in that line too. While this territory does not have any official flag of its own, several people, including authors, have described its flag. The following is the most widely recognized flag of this territory. The three stripes signify the present and the desired future of this territory. The following slides contain some other manifestations of prospective flags of this territory. Give me the name of the territory. You can start sending the answers. I won't spend much time on this question. You can see one flag. Please move on to the next slide. There would be a few more flags there. These are the other flags. You can see them. Take a good look. Go back to the main slide. And you need to give me the name of the territory. The first line reads, the top line reads, I would meet you where the spirit meets the bones. That's more than an example of Taylor's songwriting brilliance. There is a hint in that too. I got a really good guess in the chat. I'll give that a shout out. 5 more seconds. Why are you thinking of the countries which already exist or the places which already exist or have a flag already? 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. That's it. No more answers to be taken. Let's go to the answer slide. Mars. Mars is the answer. Spirit, you guys remember the Spirit rover, which was sent by NASA to Mars, and that was mentioned in the top line. We can just go back a little, and I'll show you the flags. If you see the flags, the second slide, yeah, if you see the flags, you can notice there is somewhat a relation, like there is somewhere Mars, somewhere star or something. So you could have kind of related to that, related to the celestial system or whatever. So that's how you could have reached Mars. And like I got a really good answer. One person guessed heaven. So that was a really good guess in terms that it could author can give a flag to it. So the guess was made by Aditya. So that was a really good guess. We'll move on to the next question, the 10th question of the quiz. Okay, the top line is he is the one. So that could represent his uniqueness in some form. So he's the one is also a lyric from a Taylor song. So let's go on with the question. Frederick Charles Willard Jr., whose GIF is playing at the bottom, was an American actor, comedian, and writer. He was best known for his roles in the Rob Reiner mockumentary film This Is Final Trap, the Christopher Guest mockumentaries, Waiting for Guffman, Best in Show, A Mighty Wind, For Your Consideration and Mascots, and the Anchorman films. He played the immortal role of Shelby Forthright in Wall-E, and subsequently became the only person to hold a certain distinction till today. The reasons to why Fred played the role is still unknown. Give me the specific distinction Fred holds. You need to tell me the specific distinction this guy holds. And I've already sent the start answer. You can start sending in your answers. I won't give much time on this question, just 10 seconds.
Akshat from
I've already
Satluj House frequently muting unmuting video. Akshat from Satluj House frequently muting and unmuting his video.
So my video is continuously on, sir.
I'm observing all of you.
Please do not shift the tabs. If you're shifting the tabs, then the video gets turned off. So, you know, so okay, like why are you just telling me the name of this guy? I've already told that this guy is Fred Willard, right? So 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cool. So don't send in like don't think very obvious, like winning an Emmy. Why would I put this in like a quiz, right? Think different a little. Let's go on to the answer slide. So he played the first and so far the only live action character, Shelby Forthright, in a Pixar film. So in all the Pixar films, all other characters are animated, right? But this guy was the only one, and only so far the only one to play a live action character, right? So isn't that amazing? He's the one. That's his unique distinction. Let's move on to the next question. The top line reads, "Let them eat cake." This is a very famous phrase. Actually, like said that the person in this like question X, it say that this person X is the one who invented this phrase, and like it signifies that person's ignorance in some form. So the question is, in the anime series Tokyo Ghoul, the main protagonist Kaneki undergoes a transformation after being tortured heavily. This physical transformation seen in the photos is based on an actual physical condition that X went through, hence being named X syndrome. It was noted that X went through a similar transformation during her capture after an ill-attempted flight during the blank in the 18th century. Witnesses noted her going through the transformation at least on 3 different occasions during blank. X syndrome is thought to be a variant of alopecia areata diffusa and occurs in people undergoing heavy stress, periods of fear and sorrow, and unexpected news. Give me X. You can start sending in the answers. The phrase at the top, "let them eat cake," is like the legends say that this person X like used this phrase for the first time. So just to tell me, who is this person X?
You need the full name or only one?
Just give me the name. I should come to know that it's this person, right? 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. So like all these questions, the X is a variable, okay? It's like a coded variable for a person or something, right? Or an object, whatever it is. So you had to give me X, the person here. So let's go to the answer slide. Let's go to the answer slide. The answer X is Marie Antoinette. So Marie Antoinette, and the like question, like the flight which was was the flight of Versailles, a very infamous incident, and the top line was "let them eat cake." So it's said that Marie Antoinette used this phrase when the protesters said, like the peasants said, when the peasants protest was happening, they were demanding for like cereals and all kinds. There was food shortage, so Marie Antoinette just said in a very ignorant way that "let them eat cake." So the answer to this question was Marie Antoinette. And we'll be moving on to the next question. Question 12, the top line is, "What's up, MacD?" Right? So you can already start sending me the answers. I've sent the start message. The question is, an excerpt from a conversation between two of the most bittersweet rival founders in recent history is as follows. X, "I trusted you, now you are stealing from us." And according to X's biography, Y responded thusly. Why? Well, X, I think there is more than one way of looking at it. I think it's more like we both had this rich neighbor named Xerox, and I broke into his house to steal the TV set and found out that you had already stolen it. So to give me who are X and Y, bittersweet rival founders. As a hint, X had lent Y some of his company's intellectual property. No part points to be given. Give me both. And the top line is a very direct hint to one of the X and Y. Okay, one person like gave one part, right? And the second part is like something very well worked out, but you need to think, you have worked it out from the top line, I understand that, but you need to think like a bittersweet rival founder. They were founders together. So let's just avoid the top line. For like, if you like, the top line is, in the top line there is a hint towards one person, and that person is kind of related to the person in the question, right? It's not the person itself. So I'll just give you 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. That's it. No more answers to be taken. The answer is Bill Gates and Steve Jobs. So I received a person who first wrote Steve Wozniak and Steve Jobs. So you know Steve Wozniak, right? Steve Wozniak was the founder of Apple alongside Steve Jobs. And at the top, the person was up MacD. Mac referred to MacBooks, and was Steve Wozniak. So that was a hint of the top line. And the answer was Bill Gates and Steve Jobs. Let's move on to the next question quickly. 13. The X effect occurs when people devote so much time and attention to an activity that it begins to pattern their thoughts, mental images, and dreams. The name X comes from the fact that people who played the game X for a prolonged amount of time could find themselves thinking about different ways in which objects of different shapes could be arranged together. Other examples of this effect include chess players. So X is not chess players, that would have been an obvious guess, who dream or think of chess moves when they close their eyes, and speed cubers who see Rubik cube patterns. It's clearly not speed cubers or the chess players. To give me what is this X? And your time has already started. Right. I won't give much time to this. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Stop. That's it. No more answers to be taken. The answer to the question is Tetris. Tetris is indeed the answer. Okay, I got this amazing answer in the chat, which reads endothoracic phobia. So, and what this is, this might be some disease or something. But yeah, like don't go that way. Okay, let's stick to obvious things and like something more trivial, right? So answer is Tetris. So people get obsessed with Tetris, the patterns in the game, etc., etc., and that's the condition. Let's move on to the second last, the penultimate question of the quiz, the 14th question. Put it on the screen. Question 14 reads: Everybody is a Don until the real Don walks in. That's the top line. Sir Charles Moses, the general manager of Australian Broadcasting Corporation (ABC), wanted to immortalize a certain numerical figure dedicated to his friend and a national icon X. As a result, the ABC's mailing address in every capital city of Australia is PO Box 9994. Identify X and the significance of the number. And your time starts now. And I would just give 10 seconds on this question because it's fairly easy. 5 more seconds. I want X and significance of the number 2. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Cool. So that's it. That's it. No, like if you guys Google, no, so I come to know that what you're Googling, what answers you would get if you Google. So just don't try to Google and let's just play with the spirit of the game. So the
Nikhil
answer to the
Goyal,
question.
Nikhil Goyal, lower down your camera. Okay. You are also not there with uniform.
So the answer to the question was X is Sir Donald George Bradman and his famous test average of 99.4. Fairly simple question, a fairly simple answer. Let's move on to the last question of the prelims. After that, we'll take a 15-minute break to evaluate all the answers. Okay, so an essential worker is the top line. Saint Nicholas of Myra, also known as Nicholas of Bari, was an early Christian bishop of Greek descent from the maritime city of Myra in Asia Minor during the time of the Roman Empire. Because of the many miracles attributed to this intercession, he's also known as Nicholas the Wonder Worker. Saint Nicholas is the patron saint of sailors, merchants, archers, repentant thieves, prostitutes, children, brewers, pawnbrokers, unmarried people, and students in various cities and countries around Europe. In legends, he has been noted as a very generous man, changing lives with his miracles. Some of his close associates are Prancer, Vixen, Cupid, Donder, and Blitzen. To tell me the significance of this particular bishop. Start. So 5 more seconds. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1, and stop. That's it. That's it. No more answers to be taken. That's it. And let's go on to the answer slide. Santa Claus. Indeed, it is a damn season. It's Christmas is coming, and the answer was Santa Claus. So this bishop in legends is said to be Santa Claus, and that's how he got immortalized. And we kind of in like via folklores and fairy tales, we come to know like this bishop was the actual Santa Claus kind of. So the answer to the question was Santa Claus. And with this, we have come to the end of the prelims. That's it. And I would request you to not leave the meeting. Please stop sharing the slides. Thank you, Kanaka. So I would request you not to leave the meeting. I'll take 15 minutes to evaluate all the scores and then come back with the top 6 finalists. Thank you. And if someone has to say something, so please go on. Appointees, you can take over.
Sanjeev sir.
Yes, sir. Nicely
Sir,
there.
sir, with your kind permission, can we have introduction session of our quizzers in this meantime?
No, leave it, leave it. Let them, because they are calculating the result, etc. Leave it, sir. Let them do. We will do it
It
later.
will take almost. Yes, sir.
Okay. Okay, sir. If you wish, you can do.
Okay, quizzers. So I hope all of you have enjoyed this prelims. So in between this time, when Sakev is calculating marks and all, introduce yourself one by one. Yes. Uh, Jhelam House. Quizzers who are there from Jhelam House, introduce yourself.
Adya Aditi Parida, you can start with your introduction.
Just a second, Kanika. I've made you the host. Please make sure that whoever is in the waiting room, you let them enter. Yeah, please go on. Sorry.
Garima is having all information.
The quizzers, as said by sir, please introduce yourself.
We can utilize this time. Yes.
Excuse me, Amit sir, is there anyone in the waiting room?
Kanika is the host, so she would be knowing it better, I
No,
guess.
Okay, so
nobody is in the meeting room
okay.
currently.
Thank you.
So Kanika, you please allow if others are joining, just like an audience.
Yes, sir, yes.
Okay.
So participant, the correction is done. The totaling is left. We'll be up with the results in 5 minutes. So just be ready with everything around for with the setup for the finals, and we'll just straight away start with the finals. Till then, if you have any feedback regarding the questions, you can go ahead. There are other people in the meeting who would like to hear that.
Any of the students who would like to tell anything about the questions, please do that. Even the council members, if they would like to tell anything.
So the results are ready. I've got the 6 finalists, and the top score was 7, and it's a pretty good score. 2 people getting 7, and I guess it's like comparing with the standard of the quiz, it's a really good score. So I'll be revealing the finalists in a few minutes. So I guess let's just begin with it. Are all the participants in the meeting? All of their videos are on. Right. So the cutoff was 5 because the 6th person qualified with 5 points, and the first person qualified with 7 points. So let's begin with the highest scorer. So we have 2 highest scorers with 7 points each, Srishti Sinha and Neelab. Okay. The person to qualify with 6.5 points is Malay Devashish. Then comes Adya Aditi Parida. Then tied with 5 points each is Tejas and Anusha. So these are our 6 finalists: Srishti Sinha, Neelab, Malay, Adya, Tejas, and Anusha.
Are all the 6 finalists present in the meeting?
Yes.
Could you please tell your names one by one? I can see Anusha Agarwal here, and except her, the rest 5. Adya Aditi Parida, are you here?
Yeah, I'm here.
Neelab?
Yes, I'm here.
Okay, and Tejas Arya?
Yeah, I'm here.
And Shakib, could you please name the rest 2 participants? The
Srishti,
finalists?
Neelab, Srishti, Neelab, Malay, Srishti Sinha, Neelab, Malay, Adya, Tejas, Anusha.
Okay, I can see Shrishti Sinha also, only Malay. Is Malay there?
I can also Malay is there, I guess. I was able to see his video.
Yeah, okay, yeah, we can continue then. We can continue.
Sure. So these are our 6 finalists. So before going ahead, let's check up the format of the finals. Other participants, could you please just turn off your videos? Yes, that is cool. Right. So how are we going about the finals? So in finals, there are 3 rounds, 6 questions in the first round, 6 questions in the second round, and 12 questions in the last round. So the first round will follow just bounce and pounce. So that just means that the questions are open to all, which means that all the people can pounce on them, but it would be a direct to one person. Pouncing like gives you more value of points, while bouncing gives you less value of points. Then comes up the second round. In second round, we have double trouble and invasion, whose rules would be explained then. But there is also buzzer in the second round and in the third round too. So for the buzzer, I would request you to have a second device and please log into the website buzzin.live. Someone please put it in the chat, buzzin.live. Please put it in the chat.
The chat is open only for Kanika Malhotra.
Yeah, Kanika, could you just put in the website link, buzzin.live?
Yes, I'm just doing that.
Right. So then please go on. Like before the round, I'll ask you to join a game. I'll give you the code, and then you'll have to join there. And then the normal buzzers would function as like it used to function in physical quizzes, right? So then I'll be able to coordinate easily. So that's, and in the last phase, that's the last frontier, is the third round, where there would be 12 questions, all open on simple buzzers, nothing like invasion, nothing like double trouble. 12 questions straight out, buzz, get the answer right, and that's it. So plan accordingly. 6 plus 6 plus 6, 12, 24 questions in the whole finals. And let's get straight into it.
Excuse me, Tejas, on your video.
Also participants, for this round, please sit a little far away from the screen. Your hands and face both should be visible. Please stay unmute at all times, because obviously that would help us monitor you. Your hands shouldn't move, your faces shouldn't move, your eyes shouldn't move. And that's not me admiring you. It's just that like we need to monitor you at all times. There's no cheating is there. It's all fair. And I know how many people cheated in the prelims. Okay, I know how many people Googled it. So I do not want to see that again in the finals. So let's just put on the slides. Kanika, could you just put on the slides? Also, Kanika, please keep the scores of the 6 participants. Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
Right. So Kanika, just keep this scores of the 6 participants. I'll dictate the names again. Srishti Sinha, Neelab, Malay, Adya, Tejas, and Anusha. These are the 6 participants.
So to get it clear, you'll direct like a question towards one participant, and for example, I can just unmute and say the answer.
That would depend and differ according to the rounds. In the first round, that's the case, and like the rules would be explained.
That's what I'm asking.
Yes.
For this round.
I'll explain that just before the round. How would you be answering it and everything? There would be a rule slide and everything would be explained. Don't worry about that. Just sit a bit far from the camera. You should be totally visible. Your hands should be completely visible. I'll make a check on that. Yeah, Malik, could you just turn a little towards the camera with both the hands a little up, or you can just turn the camera, whatever. Yeah, Neelab, could you just make your hands too visible? Yep, like just keep your hands up, like in this position, maybe that would just help a little. Cool. Adya, Srishti, okay, Anusha, and Tejas, could you just sit a little back, just a little back from the screen? Just keep yourself unmuted at all times. Still, your just face is visible. You should be visible from the neck and up. Right?
Is this okay?
Yeah, this works totally. Let's start off then. I guess we're good to go. Let's go towards the first round, the first frontier of the quiz. Yes, the first round is called Sweet Bouncers. So basically, there are 6 questions in this round, and the round would follow infinite bounce and pounce. So basically, one question would be a direct to you, and if you don't get it right, it passes, and it passes, and it passes. How does pounce work? So pounce basically works as you'll be sending in your answers in the Zoom chat, right? As the question comes up, there will be a pounce window of only 10 seconds, a very short window. For that, I would request Kanika to make me the host so that I could just take the charts. Shakib to assist, just make the username Shakib to assist the host. Kanika?
Yes, I made you the host.
Sure. So I'll be receiving all the chats from now on. Right. Okay. So please share the slides too. Yes. So basically, there are 6 questions in this round. So there would be one question direct to all. So basically, if you get the first question, you don't get it right on the bounce, then it passes to the second team. If the second team gets it right, then the second question, the second direct question would be for the third team, won't be for the second team because they've already answered the first question, right? And all questions are open to all other teams. They can pounce on all the questions. The pounce window, which would the team to whom the question is direct, please don't answer until I ask you to answer it, right? You can also pounce. The team to whom it's a direct, they could also pounce. And the marking scheme is on bounce, if you get it correct, plus 10, minus 0, no negatives for wrong answers. But on pounce, for a correct answer, you get plus 20, but for a wrong answer, you get minus 10. So the first question would be a direct to team 1 and would bounce to team 2 if unanswered. That's how it will go. So I hope it's all clear to you, all of you. Are there any doubts?
So all answers are to be sent on chat.
No, the on bounce, if it's a direct to you, if it's on bounce, then you will have to speak it verbally. And I'll ask you when to speak, right? Please do not just don't give prompt answers because that would just lead to the question being disqualified.
So to be clear,
And
only if
yeah,
the question is not directed towards me and I want to pounce, I will message it
send
to
it
you
on
on
the
chat.
Zoom chat in the pounce window itself. And like if the question is directed to you as well, then also you can pounce to get those extra points, right? Because on pounce you get plus 20, right?
So
So
I've got to send it to Shakib to assist, right?
yes, that's the host, so you can only send it to the host.
Excuse me, Shakib.
Yes, please go on.
Is that on a bounce question also we can send you a message?
There is no pounce questions as such. Like every question is open on pounce. On bounce, if it's a
Okay.
direct to you on bounce, then you can send us the answers like in the pounce window. Like just imagine if one question, the first question is directed to you, it's a direct for you, then instead of going on answering it on bounce, if you're very confident, then you can answer it on pounce and get a plus 20 if correct, right? So that's how it's
Okay.
supposed to function. Yeah, so I guess it's all
And
clear.
where does the buzzer thing come in?
But the thing would be for the second and the third round.
Okay.
Sure. Let's then, are there any other queries or we'll just head straight to the first question? Any queries?
So I'll just message you, right? If you want to answer.
Yes, for the pounds. I'll announce the pounds window is open now. Then I'll say the pounds window is closed. That's it. So let's get to the first question straight.
Okay, thank you.
Please bring up the slide. Please make the slide completely visible. Go back and make the slide completely visible. It's cut from the top. Okay, I'll just read the question. Dignitas was founded by Ludwig Minnelli, a Swiss lawyer specializing, like the first, I don't know why the first line is not appearing. Please, Kanika, just make sure that it appears from the next line. So the first line reads, Dignitas by Ludwig was founded by Ludwig Minnelli, a Swiss lawyer specializing in human rights law. Dignitas is a Swiss non-profit member society providing assisted / accompanied X. They have assisted for they have assisted over 2,100 people at home within Switzerland and at Dignitas's houses and flats near Zurich. Things like anti-emetics, pentobarbital, etc. are used by Dignitas to provide service for X. X is illegal in many countries around the world with punishments as severe as death penalty. Give me X. And the question is open on pounds. It's a direct for Srishti Sinha, but like please do not answer it now. There is a pounds window open. Yes, if you want to answer, just send in the message. Like if you're pouncing, just pounce and send the answer in the chat. Okay, and the pounce window closes in 3, 2, 1, 0. Yes. Adya and Malay pouncing and getting it right, and they get a plus 20. Kanika, please in the scorecard add plus 20 to Adya and Malay. It's a direct to Srishti Sinha.
It's like voluntary.
Srishti,
Am I audible?
you're not audible, Srishti. Your voice is a little too low. Just try to turn up the mic or something. Yes. Cool.
Am I audible?
Yes, you are audible.
It's like voluntary termination of life, terminal illness or something, suicide kind of.
Yes, exactly. That is indeed the answer. The answer is suicide. They provide euthanasia services or assisted / accompanied suicides, whatever you call it. So the Srishti gets a plus 10 on that. Malay and Adya pouncing on the question and getting a plus 20. Srishti has already opened her account. Let's move to the next question straight away. Yeah. So the second question is, the 3 dots on the logo of the company X represents X's original 3 locations. Originally, the company had planned to add a new dot for every location that opened, but the company grew too rapidly and thus dropped the plan. Due to a certain policy of X, at a time the mortality rates of X's certain employees was being compared to mining workers, cops, etc. Also, X is one of the few companies in its sector that has been able to sustain itself and do well in the ongoing pandemic. Identify X, a fairly simple question. The first round is fairly simple. All questions are very simple. Yes, Adya has pounced, Tejas has pounced. Any other teams wanting to pounce, or I'll close the pounce window. The pounce window is now closed. Adya, Tejas, and Srishti getting a plus 20 on that. They've pounced and they've got plus 20 on that. They've got the answer correct. Please mention it in the scorecard, Kanika. And this would be now a direct question for Neelab. Neelab?
Is it Domino's?
It is indeed Domino's. Neelab getting it right on the bounce. Neelab gets a plus 10 on that, while Srishti, Adya, and Tejas got plus 20 on that question. Right. So Domino's, if you see the logo, there are 3 dots, right? So their plan was as many locations they will open, like the retail shops, they would put in like another dot, but their business grew too rapidly and hence they were not able to go ahead with the plan. Right. So let's move on to the next question. Let's dive into it straight away. This question is a direct for Malay. Before that, there are 3 reasons why X's are shaped like that. The shape ensures that when stacked, they fit perfectly and don't break. Their shape is designed using supercomputers so that they don't fly off during packaging. They are hyperbolic paraboloids plotted over a circular domain. The reason why they fit so nicely in the particular container, that like this is basically the reason why the shape of a certain thing is that way, right? So you have to give me what is this thing, what is this X. Quite a lot of hands in the question. You can just send in the answers. I've got one right answer already, two right answers on bounces, and the bounce window would close in 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. The bounce window is closed. Adya, Aditi, Parida, and Malay Devashish getting it right on the pounds. Please add plus 20 to their account. Kanaka, you are keeping the score, right?
Yes, I'm keeping it.
Sure. Adya and Malay get plus 20 on the question. Now this question becomes a direct for Tejas, as Adya and Malay have already answered. Tejas, the question is open to you on bounce. You can play for a plus 10. Tejas?
I don't know.
Sure. Passes to Anusha.
I don't know it either.
Passes to Srishti. Come on, you guys can take a guess. You know, there are no negatives. Srishti.
Pass.
Passes to Neelab.
Pass.
Okay, so no one getting it right this time, except for those who pounced. So Malay and Adya pounced and gave the answer. Pringles. It's obviously Pringles. A fairly easy question. The answer was Pringles. You know, the shape of Pringles is a little different, and that was the answer. So I could clearly see dissatisfaction on the faces of certain quizzes. So let's move on to the next question. Yeah. This question would be a direct for Malay, as the last question did a full round. The question says, researchers from Vri University, however you want to pronounce it, have claimed that the short-man syndrome is real. The game used to test this is the money-sharing conundrum by the name of the dictator game. It typically consists of two individuals, with one given a quantity of money which they must offer a portion of to a rival, even if the amount is zero. They found that smaller men responded more aggressively when competing in the psychological test, so long as there were no repercussions. This syndrome was inspired by X. So X can be a short man who, as common folklore suggests, compensated for his lack of height by seeking power, war, and conquest, an argument that was utilized and popularized in Britain by the British. 9 and 5X, the pound window is open. Please send in your answers. Srishti, Malay, and Adya already getting it right. Tejas has also got it right. Neelab has also got it right. Only Anusha is left. Anusha has also got it right. All of the participants getting the answer right on pounds. This is some amazing quizzing. The answer to the question is Napoleon Bonaparte. Obviously, Napoleon Bonaparte. All the participants getting a plus 20 on. So let's move on to the next question. Right, the fifth question reads, RJ Props, an Atlanta-based movie prop company, specializes in the manufacturing of a movie prop. Considered a very delicate business, the manufacture of this prop requires strict compliance with government laws and regulations, and many other companies end up violating the Detection Act of 1992. In 2001, during the filming of Rash R2, a large amount of the prop was lost and consequently widely misused. Misused being a keyword, to the point that Secret Service got involved. Another keyword there. The trick is to make the prop look real from a distance, but it should be recognizably artificial when brought closer to the eye. Rich Rappa-Parrott, the founder of RJR Props, described the process as follows. We start from scratch We start with blank. We get a blank that looks incredible. Some of it has a color change across pink, yellow, pink, or green, yellow, green. Can you tell me what is this prop exactly? What is this prop which is being discussed in the question, and the pounce window is open? Yeah. The Aditi Parida getting it right on the pounce. 3 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, stop. So Aditi Parida has got it right on the pounce, plus 20. And now it's a direct for Malay. It's a direct for Malay.
I'll pass.
So it passes to Adya.
So if I gave
Oh,
the
Adya is
right
pounced
answer
already.
in the
Passes
pounds,
to
I still have
Tejas.
answer.
Sorry. Adya is already pounced. Passes to Tejas.
Pass.
Okay. Passes to Anusha.
I pass.
Passes to Shrishti, who gave a very interesting answer in the chat.
Fake currency.
Exactly, it is indeed fake money. It is the fake currency. They make these fake currency notes which are used in the movies. So this is the specific prop which we are talking about. So the answer was the fake currency notes or the fake money used for movies. Shishti getting a plus 10, Ada getting a plus 20. Amazing. Let's move to the sixth question. Yes, the 21 grams experiment refers to a scientific study published in 1907 by Duncan McDougall, a physician from Haverhill, Massachusetts. Duncan chose 6 dying subjects for this experiment. Dying subjects, 4 were suffering from tuberculosis, 1 from diabetes, and 1 from unspecified causes. McDougall specifically chose weak patients as he needed the patients to remain still when they died to measure the changes accurately. To get a relative study, he also got animal subjects. McDougall later measured the changes in 15 dogs after death. One of the human bodies after dying showed a temporary change, but one body under optimal condition showed signs of a permanent change. The dogs, as expected, showed no changes. McDougall's study was rejected and criticized. So you can see and read the whole question. I want to move ahead. So what was this? What was the objective of this experiment which McDougall carried out? The question is open on pounds. Okay. Adya and Malay again getting it right on the pounds. Tejas as well gets that right. Srishti as well getting it right, and Neelab as well getting it right. Only Anusha is left to get it to pounds, and I'll give only 3 more seconds. 3, 2, 1, 0. So the question it directly goes to Anusha. Okay, Anusha also pounced. So all of them getting it right with a plus 20, and all the participants again get it right. So the answer to this question was the objective of experiment was to find if souls have weight. So they used to examine the weight of a dying person, a person who just died, and like after some time they would again weigh them, and like that was just something very absurd. So the answer was souls have weight. That was the objective of the whole thing, and everyone got it right with a plus 20. Right. So with this, we've come to the end of the round. Before that, I forgot to mention the ones who got it wrong on the pounds who would get a minus 10. Yeah, please stay on this slide. So please, so I guess you have noted the points, Kanika.
Yes.
Yes. Please mention these negatives as well.
Okay.
So
The negative.
Shrishti minus 10, Tejas minus 10 for getting it wrong on the pounds.
Wait. What did I get wrong?
The second question, the Pringles one.
Oh, okay.
Sure. So I forgot to mention the negatives back then, so I'll just mention them now. -10 to Srishti, -10 to Tejas. Another -10 to Srishti for the third question, which she recovered in the bounce. So that still gets ordered, but please mention the -10. And yeah, that's it. Those are all the negatives which were incurred in the first round.
It wasn't clearly mentioned that we would be negatively marked on the
It was
pound.
mentioned
So
in the first slide itself. It was mentioned in the first slide itself while I was giving the rules. I clearly mentioned that there were negatives for bounce.
So can I once announce the score for round one?
Yes, for sure. Please go on.
Shrishti is at 60, Neelav is at 50, Malay Devashish is at 60.
Srishti is at
60.
Okay, please go on.
Neelav at 50, Malay Devashish at 60, Adya Aditi at 120, Tejas at 50, Anusha at 40.
At 40. Sure. So Adya got all the questions right on the pounds. That's
Yes.
quite surprising in some ways. So yeah, let's head to the second round. So in the second round, the buzzers come in. So please log in to buzzin.live and go on to join game. Go on to join the game. I'll just dictate the game code, and Kanika, please put the game code in the chat, or I'll put it. The game code is, or else, yeah, the game code is 647731. Participants, 647731. Please mention your name correctly there, because obviously that would help. Malay, Srishti, Anusha, and Neela have already joined in. Okay, we can check the buzzers later. You do not need to press it now. We'll check. We'll check the buzzers later. You do not need to press it right now. Just join in and stay. I'll have to create another game. Just a second. The new code is 832924. 832924. Please do not buzz right now. 832924. Malay, please do not buzz right now. I request you to not buzz right.
do we not need another device to log in on our buzzers?
However you feel it comfortable. If you're using a laptop, then it's fine. If you're using a mobile device, so you obviously.
So can you excuse me for like 2 minutes? Can I bring my charger?
Sure. Just please make it
Thank
quick.
You. Yeah.
So
Yeah, I also need to get my device.
Sure. Just get it quickly. Kanika, could you just put on the full slide? The bottom part is getting a little cut. So could you just adjust that somehow?
Yeah, I'll just see that.
We're just waiting for 2 more participants. Shrishti, it shows that you're disconnected. So could you just like join in buzzin.live already? Shrishti?
Can you please repeat the code?
832924. It's there in the chat too. Shrishti, could you just log out from the first device, because it still shows there? So okay, now you're disconnected from both the devices. Anusha is connected. Are Tejas and Arya back?
Tejas is back. Adya isn't.
Tejas, could you just join? Yeah, you are there. Please don't buzz already. Adya, are you back? Because yeah, like there was a buzz
Yeah,
from
I'm
your
so
end.
sorry that I did that by mistake.
Sure. Srishti, your both the devices are disconnected at this moment. Tejas, please do not buzz. Srishti, could you just log out from the incumbent two devices? Srishti, if you can remove the first two devices.
I'm using the same phone.
Like maybe you would have opened it in different tabs, you know. Okay, now all three have been disconnected.
Just a second.
Sure. All of the participants are set, right? You are, like I can see all of the five. Just Srishti has to join in because there's a limit to only 8. So if you join in with like more devices, Srishti, then it won't be able to like take in. So you have to log out from one. Um, okay, I'll just do one thing. I'll remove Srishti. Is it like being possible from your end? Like, are you able to do something of it?
No.
So I'll do one thing, that I'll just remove all the all the participants there in the lobby, and please rejoin on the same game code. Okay. Clear buzzers. Yeah. Yes, please rejoin on the same game code 832-924. Srishti, Male, Anusha, Tejas, Neelab, and just Adya. We are waiting for Adya and we'll be good to go. Please do not shift tabs right now, because if you again get disconnected, then it would be again a issue, you know. So please. Adya?
Yeah, give me a second.
Sure. Till then, Kanik, could you just put on the slide for the round 2? No, putting in the buzzers in like a virtual format is a little tough, so it would take some time. Okay, Ade is here. All 6 participants are in the lobby. We are good to go. Let's put on the slide for the second round, and we'll just begin with it straight away. Please do not buzz. All the players, please do not buzz right now. Yes, please go on to the slide. Only one buzz is allowed. Like the settings are so that no two buzzers would be allowed. So basically, in the round 2, there are 6 questions, all open on buzzers. This round will follow double trouble and invasion. So all of you have a double trouble card, right? If you buzz, then you can choose to play the double trouble card. By that, if by that it means that if there is no double trouble card, the thing is plus 15 or minus 5. If you get it right, plus 15. If you get it wrong, minus 5. But if you put in a double trouble card, then you can get plus 30 or minus 15. Plus 30 for right answer, plus minus 15 for wrong answer. There is also the provision of invasion. This is a very interesting thing. Okay, so what happens here is that if you're buzzing, then you can choose to invade some other participant, right? If you choose to invade, before giving the answer, you have to specify whom are you invading. So if you're invading someone, what would happen if you get it right, you get plus 15, but the other team gets minus 15 whom you have invaded, right? But if you get it wrong, then you get a minus 15 and the team that you invaded would get a plus 15. And if you invade alongside a double trouble card, a combination of both, you can see the different permutations given in the marking scheme. Then if you get it correct, plus 30, but if you get it wrong, if you get it correct, plus 30 to you. Please don't buzz. Srishti, please do not buzz right now. So if you get it correct, then you will get a plus 30. And the invaded team, the team which you invaded, will get a minus 30. But if you get it wrong, then you will get a minus 30. And the team that you invaded will get a plus 30. So I guess the scoring pattern is clear. So whenever you buzz, you have to tell me. Yes.
Do you only have one double trouble card?
No, it's like you can, they are infinite. Okay. You can just show it up at any moment. So basically the thing is, you, before answering, you have to specify it to me that you are playing on the double trouble or not, or you are playing also if you are invading someone or not. Do not be in a hurry. If you are buzzed, you have a lot of time, right? Only one buzz is allowed, like only one person would be allowed to buzz, right? So that's it. I guess the whole of the marking scheme is correct. Like it's clear to all of you. So is it fine? Is it fine for all of you? Are there any queries? Because this is a little complicated. So
could you please go through the rules once again?
Okay, so basically, if you are not using the double trouble card and also not invading, then you get a plus 15 or a minus 5, depending on being it correct or wrong, respectively. If you play a double trouble card and not invade someone, you can get a plus 30 or minus 15. Also, if you invade without the double trouble card, then if you get it correct, then you get a plus 15 and the team you invaded. So you have to specify that, like, imagine you're Adya. So if you are invading Srishti, so you'll say, I'll invade Srishti with a double trouble card. So basically, you'll be playing for 30 points. So if you get it correct, Adya will get plus 30 and Srishti will get minus 30. But if you get it wrong, then Adya will get minus 30 and Srishti will get plus 30 because you invaded Srishti, right? So that is how this whole thing works.
Okay, I got it now.
And you have to be very tactical here. Okay, you need to calculate, like Adya is in a big lead, right? So other teams could plan to like invade her more. Okay, so that's how you work on this, right? So that's how you go about it. And enough offense, let's go. Before going to the question, a buzzer check, right? All of you buzz together. Okay, only Malay's buzz was recorded because he buzzed the earliest. So now let's check one by one. Now, please, I'm clearing the buzzers. Do not buzz right. Do not buzz right now. Do not buzz right now. Do not buzz right now. Do not buzz right now, please. Please. So I'll go one by one also. Now, Srishti, please buzz. Okay. Malay buzz. Anusha buzz. Tejas. Neelab. Adya, try buzzing. You don't get an option to buzz, right? Exactly. So that was the check. Now try buzzing. Cool. It totally works. Everything is functional. Only one buzz allowed per question. Only the one person who buzzes gets to play the question, right? So let's straight away get to the question. The top line is before Huawei and Geo. The buzzer is open, so you can just try buzzing right now only, right? If a Quora post Tejas is already buzzed, let's straight go to the Tejas. What is your answer, Tejas? Tejas. Tejas, unmute. You don't have much time. You have already buzzed. Tejas.
I think
give your answer. 3, 2. I'll give you a minus 15 else. Minus 5. 3, 2, 1. Yeah. 3,
never mind,
2,
never mind.
1. Tejas gets a minus 5.
Excuse me,
Please, if
Tejas,
you're,
please. Okay. Yeah. No, you
yes,
can continue. Video was off, so that's why I was telling.
sure. Like if you buzz and then if you try to Google, it doesn't make sense, right? So it would like I'll be quick with this. This is like the real quizzing here it starts,
No,
right?
no. My video was off because I was trying to get the buzzer on the same device. It's okay.
Cool. So you can just split screen maybe, however you
Huh.
feel like.
Yeah. I
So
did that. I did.
right. So Tejas buzzing and then not answering the question, and kind of this question got wasted. Like so, Tejas gets a -5 for that. So like so before that, let's just take if any one of you wants to answer, please just unmute yourself and answer. Like no points, only brownies. Or I'll give you a song recommendation better. Okay. Yeah. So anyone who wants to take a guess. Audience. If someone from the audience wants to take a guess, just unmute yourself and give the answer. Come on, take a guess. The question is if Akora post is to be believed, the identity of the picture was a 4-year, 3 months old Niru Deshpande from Nagpur. Right. So basically this specific thing's identity is said to be Niru Deshpande from Nagpur. It's also anticipated that it could be Sudha Murthy. So any guesses, audience? I'll give 3 more seconds or we'll just move on to the answer slides.
Can I guess?
Yeah, please go on.
It's like partly G boy or girl, whatever that is.
Exactly. It is the Palaji kid. And I remember this question was there in some quiz in which I was a teammate with Srishti. So like I thought she would be able to get this. But yeah, okay. So the answer to this question was the Palaji kid. So that was the answer to this question. Let's go to the next question and I've cleared the buzzer. Yes, almost 2.5 million copies of X were printed between 23rd August and 3rd September 1939 by the British government, but it wasn't sanctioned for any public display. It was instead decided that the copies of the posters should remain in cold storage for use. The buzzer is clear, you can buzz already, okay. It remained in cold storage till 2000 when Stuart Manley, co-owner with his wife Mary of Barter Books Limited in Alnwick, Northumberland, were going through a box of used books bought at an auction when he uncovered some of the original copies of X. The couple framed it and hung it by the cash register. It attracted a lot of interest and it became a very important part of the pop culture. It achieved a cult status worldwide. You need to identify what is this? What are we talking about? What is this X? The buzzers are open. The buzzers are open. No one's buzzing. Okay, someone has buzzed. I'll just check that. Tejas has buzzed already. Please give me the
I think
answer.
keep calm and carry on is the.
Exactly. That is indeed the right answer. You didn't mention anything, so you just get a plus 15. You could have played a double card if you're so confident.
I wasn't sure, so
Okay, cool. So the answer to this question is keep calm and carry on posters. Tejas getting a plus 15 on that
Excuse me,
question.
Shakib.
Yes.
If someone is to invade another participant and they choose not to answer, so what will they get?
Like they have buzzed and they choose not to answer, they get -5 because
No,
if they would have
no. They have chosen to invade another participant, but the other participant doesn't want to answer.
the other participant doesn't have to answer. If you're invading someone, you have to answer. If you get it right, then you get a plus 30, they get a -30. If you get it wrong, you get a -30, they and the vice versa. Okay, cool. So this is the answer. It was the keep calm and carry on posters. It was made during the 1939, like during the World War II, but it got popularized during maybe the 2000s decade or later, right? So quite an interesting story about these posters. We'll move on to the next question, and I have cleared the buzzers already. The question says the blank blank theory of conflict prevention was proposed by economists. I won't give much time on this question. Okay, I will just 15 seconds. As a way of explaining how globalization affects foreign policy, basically the theory is like the idea of the theory was that when there is this one thing somewhere, And like if two nations have this one common thing, yeah, someone has already buzzed. Malay has buzzed on it already. Malay, what's your answer? And if you want to play for something.
Double trouble invading other. If two countries have a McDonald's and they won't invade one another.
Exactly, that's indeed the right answer. Malay invaded Adya and gets a plus 30. Adya gets a minus 30. Amazing quizzing, amazing quizzing. The answer is it's the golden arches theory of conflict. Golden arches, if you see the McDonald's logo, there are two golden arches. So basically, it is that if two countries have McDonald's, then they have never fought war. But this was disproved when Serbia and one more country went to war. I don't exactly remember, but yeah. So this was disproved in the 1999. So that was the whole
Excuse
theory.
me, Shakib.
Yes.
I think it can also be called the Dell theory of conflict prevention, when no two companies in the same global supply chain could compete against each other for a long time.
That's not the thing, right? The question says that if two countries, like it's not about the supply chain or anything, if two countries are just like they have McDonald's in them, there is a store of McDonald's in those countries, they don't fight wars. Those two countries don't fight wars, which was denounced when Serbia went to war with
Shakib,
one more country.
Shakib, could you explain how Malay invaded Adya? And
So basically, they before like answering, they clearly specified that Malay is invading Adya with a double trouble card, which means that if they get it correct, then Malay would get plus 30 and Adya will get minus 30, which happened. So Malay has got a plus 30 and Adya has got a minus 30. Cool.
Okay, thanks.
Sure. The tables are turning pretty quick. So let's move on to the next question. I've cleared the buzzers already. The question is, origin of the dish X is widely disputed, and the most popular explanation mentions that X was invented by a Pakistani chef, Ali Ahmad Aslam, owner of the Sheesh Mahal restaurant in Glasgow, Scotland, by improvising a sauce made from yogurt, cream, and spices. So this is a very famous dish, which is said, like some legend says that it's made by a Pakistani chef. Yeah, someone is already buzzed. Adya is already buzzed. Adya is already buzzed. Please go on with your answer.
Double
Adya?
trouble, invasion,
Invading whom?
Malay,
Invading Malay. What's your answer?
chicken tikka masala.
Indeed, that's the answer. The answer is exactly correct. It is chicken tikka masala. Adya gets a plus 30 on that, and Malay gets a minus 30. They have settled their scores now. So let's direct. It's the chicken tikka masala, which is pretty famous in the United Kingdom, and people now say that it's a true British national dish, right? So it is the chicken tikka masala, a very famous quiz question to say the least. Let's move on to the next question. I've cleared the buzzers already. So the 13th century France, wooden shoes were unfashionable. These wooden shoes were called Y and were worn generally by lower class citizens because they were cheaper than leather shoes. Walking around a few steps in a Y was very difficult. So basically these were shoes and like it was very difficult to walk in them and everything, right? So in by 1910, the meaning of Y year had further progressed to mean malicious bungling, and the word was eventually changed to X. So X is a derivative word from Y. Another etymological theory states that when French workers went on a strike, they would angrily hurl their Ys, which were like shoes, into the factory machinery. Yeah, someone is already buzzed. Anusha is already buzzed. Anusha, what's your answer?
It's
Anusha,
clog. Clog.
please
Clogs.
repeat. Sorry,
Clog.
that's not the right answer. You getting it wrong. You didn't specify anything, so you were lucky that you didn't specify anything, and you get a -5 on that. So if you read
Can I still
the
answer?
yeah, please guess.
But sabbats.
Exactly, it's sabot and sabotage. So if you read the second last para, it clearly says that this word, like the usage of this word, surged after a popular video game like became popular in October and November 2020. So sabotage and Among Us was the game. So the QM is SARS. Yeah. Okay. Let's move on to the next question. Yeah, the buzzer is already clear. The hint is star plus. XY temple, also called the Hari Sadanam temple, is so basically these are two twin temples, and they have a lot of history. It's mentioned there. The more important part is XY is a family relation. The legend says that King Maipala got the temples made for their X and Y, who were devout Vaishnavites, while other legends say that the name XY implies. Yes, someone is already buzzed. Adya is already buzzed. Adya?
Hello.
Yes.
I'd like to do a double trouble invasion.
Invasion who? Invading who?
Shrishti.
Okay, cool. What's the answer?
Sas Bahu.
Exactly. It is the Sas Bahu temple. The hint was star plus, the daily soaps, the Indian daily soaps. So it's the Sas Bahu temple. Are they getting a plus 30 on that? And Shristi, unfortunately, getting a minus 30 because of the invasion. So this was it for this round. It was the last question of this round. The answer was Sas Bahu temple. Let's move on. So the round 3 is called Evermore. So like the round 2 was called as, the round 2 was called Folklore, which was Taylor's 8th album, and the 9th album is Evermore, right? So that's how I named the round. So there are 12 total of 12 questions in this round, all open on buzzers. Only one chance on the buzzer is permitted, and the marking scheme is plus 15 minus 5. And this round would be super quick, right? I won't give much time on this round. Okay.
Can we
So I'll
check the
be just start.
scores once? Can we check the
Yes,
scores?
please, please,
Yeah,
please, please recite.
Shrishti is at 30, Neelav is at 50, Malay is at 60, Aditi is at 150, 150, Tejas is at 60, Anusha is at
Malay should be at
35.
70.
So the double trouble card was a 30 points.
Yeah, 30-30. There was one negative of minus 5, but they also got a positive of plus 15.
Okay. Yeah,
Went to
sure.
70.
Okay, sorry.
Okay, please go on. Please complete the
Shrishti
score.
at 30, Neelav at 50, Malay at 70, Adya at 150, Tejas at 60, Anusha at 35.
At 50 and Manushka at 35. Exactly. Exactly. That matches with my scoring as well. So let's head to this round directly and immediately. So you don't need to buzz right now. You don't need to buzz right now, Shrishti. Please, please don't buzz. Yeah, the question is already up on the screen. You're playing for 15 or minus 5. The question is, tradition dictates that this item of clothing is never ever washed. Modernity has changed the practice a bit with the advent of easy dyeing to various colors, but in the ancient era, the tradition supposedly ensured that the final color of the cloth would be achieved via natural. Yeah, someone is already. Shristi is already buzzed. Shristi, what's your answer?
Denims.
Sorry, that's the wrong answer. Shristi get incurring a negative again. Shristi gets a minus 5 on that. And any other guesses, audience? Anybody else wants to take a guess? Any guesses? It's a really
Is it
good question.
khadi?
No, it's not khadi. Rahul Gandhi is a very indirect hint to the question. It's a very interesting answer. Any guesses? I see none. Let's go to the answer slide. The belts in martial arts like karate. So basically the tradition was like any practitioner would get a white belt, and as they practice more and more, it was never washed. It used to turn darker and darker and darker, and lastly used to turn dark. So that was the black belt. And Rahul Gandhi has a black belt in Aikido. So that was like a very indirect hint there. So this is the thing. It's like this is a really fascinating question and a very interesting thing, if you think that way. Srishti, you're disconnected. Could you, from the buzzer, please try to reconnect? Srishti? Srishti. Is
Just a
Srishti there in
second.
the meeting? Oh, sure. Sure, you're there. Cool. So we'll head to the next question immediately. Let's go to the next question. Who's the painter? These are 4 paintings. You need to give me the painter. Shruti has already buzzed. Please give me the answer. And I guess you know the answer already. Seems super confident. Yeah.
I'm invading Adya with a double
There
trouble
is nothing
card.
as invasion in this round.
Oh, sorry.
There is no
I think
invasion.
it's
It's simple thing.
Hitler. It's Adolf
Unfortunately,
Hitler.
yeah. Indeed, it is Adolf Hitler. Exactly. It's the Führer Adolf Hitler. So Adolf Hitler seems like a really good painter, from these paintings. So Srishti gets a plus 15 on that. Is Srishti catching up? Kind of doesn't, but it doesn't seem like she's catching up. But yeah, okay. So, but still, Srishti gets a plus 15 on that. And let's move on to the next question. Which movie's minimalist poster? This is a minimalist poster of a movie. Anusha is bus. Please go on, Anusha.
Is it
Anusha.
Titanic?
Indeed, it is Titanic. You get it right. So if you see, it's an iceberg with a shape of heart, right? So it's the minimalist poster of Titanic. Exactly. Anusha getting it right with a plus 15. Let's move on to the next question. Okay, this is also a really interesting question. The buzzers are clear. Traveler's diarrhea or uh, whatever is the most common illness affecting travelers. An estimated 10 million people, 20% to 50% of international travelers, develop it annually. TD is definitely as three. Yeah, someone is Srishti, please go on.
Delhi belly.
Exactly. It is indeed Delhi belly, also known as Delhi belly. So, and in different places, it's called as different things. Like in Egypt, it's called as mummy's tummy. So, yeah, I don't know why it has weird names, but it has weird names after all. So, the answer was Delhi belly. Let's move on to the next question. Yeah, I'll clear the buzzers. The next question is Maurice Tillett is a French wrestler who suffered from a problem. Focus on the image. He was the inspiration behind one of the most famous cartoon characters of all time. What cartoon character? Adya is bust. Adya is gone. I'll give it 3 more seconds to
Shrek.
respond. It's cool, or we'll be moving on. Shrek, indeed, Shrek. It's the right answer. Adya gets another plus 15, and that just increases her lead by, I don't know, with how many points. But yeah, it's Shrek, obviously. If you could just have seen the image, it is very clear that it is going to be Shrek. And yeah, I don't know, he's kind of cute. So let's move on to the next question. Yeah. So this guy was a Surveyor General of India from 1830 through 1843. The buzzers are open. A West surveyor and geographer, he was largely responsible for completing the section of the Great Trigonometric Survey of India along the meridian arc. Yeah, someone has bust. Adya, you have already bust. What's the answer?
George Everest.
Exactly. It is indeed George Everest. You get another plus 15. Another plus 15 to Adya. Let's move on to the next question. The buzzers are cleared. So basically, this guy was George Everest, on whom Mount Everest has been named. So the question is, in ancient Indian cosmology, please go on to the next question. Yeah. In ancient Indian cosmology, Mount Meru is defined as a literal polar axis passing through the poles with the gods dwelling at the northern end and the demons at the southern. It is a golden mountain supporting the heavens and located at the center of the known universe. In the Bhagavata Purana, the story goes that for some unknown reason, Vayu was incited by the sage Narad to break off the top of Mount Meru. Vayu, being vindictive and violent, strives to do this for a full year, blowing hard continuously at the Mount Butit was nobly defended by Garuda, who spread his great wings. Yeah, someone has bust. Neelab has already bust. What's your answer, Neelab?
Sagar Manthan.
No, that's not Sagar Manthan. So that's a wrong answer. Neelab gets a -5 on that. Okay, so like any guesses from audience? I'll tell you something more about it. No, like he kind of cut this off like the top of Mount Meru, and it later formed something. You know, something formed. Imagine like something breaking from the top and something falling somewhere else and forming something. What could be formed? You know,
What was it a
any guesses?
country that formed?
Shakib, is it Sri Lanka?
Audience, you can just unmute yourself. No one. So the answer is it formed the island of Lanka, right? Like that led to the form. It's all in mythology, firstly. So it led to the formation of the island of Lanka. That was the answer to this question. Let's go on to the next question. Right. So the eighth question is Bavarian X and Enlightenment. I'll clear the buzzers. The buzzers are clear. Bavarian X, an Enlightenment era secret society founded on 1st May 1776 in Bavaria. So basically, this guy, Adam something, found Adam Weishaupt, however you pronounce it, founded Bavarian. Yeah, Malay has already buzzed. What's the
Illuminati.
answer? Repeat.
Illuminati.
Exactly, it's indeed Illuminati. The answer to this question is Illuminati, and there are all these celebs who are like rumored to be the part of the Illuminati. So Malay gets a plus 15 on that. Right. Before, okay, the question is already up. Tell me, the question is already up. Just go to it. New minimalist poster. Who this? Tell me which movie. You can see the minimalist poster. So just tell me which movie. It's pretty obvious. You can guess this. Please do. I hope you can. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Closed. No buzzes to be taken. Okay, Tejas is buzzed and it's a late buzz, but I'll take it. Tejas, please give me your answer.
I'm just guessing, and I know we're further along in the game that I can win. So is it Hera
You
Fairy?
can kind of. What?
Is it Hera Fairy?
Totally not. It's not Hera Fairy. Tejas gets a -5. We don't go to the answer slide right now. So, like, anyone in the audience wants to take the guess. This is a Bollywood movie. Okay, this is a Bollywood movie. If you see three people and there is a bullet shaft or something there are question marks on each bullet. The cast
Three
is there.
idiots.
What? Someone guessed?
3 idiots.
No, not 3 Idiots. What would bullets do in 3 Idiots? So any guesses, audience? You can guess this one. It's a very common thing, right? People in the audience, come on. Is there any audience member even there or not? Or I'm just randomly yelling? Because I'm not seeing the participants list right now.
Shakib, give us one more hint.
The hint is you can see the cast at the bottom. That's a bullet cast. If you see, there are question marks on each bullet. And there are three people. The backdrop, if you see, there are hills in the backdrop. It doesn't seem like urban India backdrop.
Don't tell me it's Sholay.
Exactly, it's Sholay. It's Sholay. It's that scene where like Gabbar is there and the other guys are there. He's like three people, three bullets. Would it like whatever it was? I don't remember. I haven't watched it much. I have just watched a few scenes. So it was Sholay. A very common thing. A very common. Why are you going to the next question, Panika? You've already gone to it. Please show the slide now. Right. So the last answer was Sholay. The 10th question is, why is the sun on the flag of the island of Kiribati lying in the Pacific Ocean trademarked? So this is the flag of Kiribati, which is an island in the Pacific Ocean. It's a nation too. And if you see the sun, it's like the sun in this flag is trademarked. Why is it trademarked? The buzzers are clear. Why is it trademarked? What's so special in this? Anusha. Anusha has buzzed. Anusha has buzzed.
Because it signifies command over sea.
Because it signifies command over sea. No, why would, like, that could have been like, there are suns in a
No,
lot of
but
different flags, right? So they could have also trademarked it. Why is the sun in this specific flag trademarked? Something
It's the
special
true
about
land
the
of the
location.
rising sun. Like it's
Like,
like
elaborate a
yeah,
little.
it refers to the sun's position.
No, no, not really. Shruti, please elaborate a little. Like, you're
it's
close, I
like
guess.
it's like the first position, like whether you can. It's located in all the four hemispheres and something, and it's
No, no,
like
no. You're close. You
something
were
rising.
right with the first thing, like the first
First
thing.
land of the rising sun.
Yes. So the basic thing is, this is the like, in this place you can see the first sunrise of the new year. So that's why the sun in this like flag has been trademarked. Please don't go to the next slide, Ganika. Please, I request, I beg, I implore, please. Yeah. So the answer is, the island sees the first sunrise of the new year. Anusha getting a -5 on the question. So before going to the last two questions of the quiz, let's take a look at the scores.
Shrishti at 50, Neelab at 45, Malaya at 85, Adya at 180, Tejas at
Shishi is
60.
55, I guess.
No,
Shishi is at 55, Neelab is at 45, Malay
85, Adya at 180,
85.
Tejas at 60,
Yeah,
Anusha at 45.
Tejas at 60, right?
60.
Yeah, right, exactly. So let me tell you. So the first is pretty clear. Adya is winning it with 180. The second position is is up for grabs. Okay. Malay is at 85, right? Is at 85. Tejas is at
Yes.
60.
Yes.
And Shristi is at
55.
55. So there are two questions, which means 30 points. If Shristi gets both of them right, there would be a tie between Shristi and Malay. And if one of them, like if Shristi doesn't get both of them right, then Malay wins. If Tejas gets both of them right, then he clearly wins. So basically, it's do or die for Shristi and Malay. Sorry, Shristi and Tejas. Malay is resting there at the second position pretty easily. It could be one of the best comeback stories if any of Shristi or Tejas could get it right. And also there is a contest for the third position between Shristi and Tejas, which is there's a difference of only 5 points. It's pretty interesting. It's getting heated right now. Okay. Maybe like Adya can try to spoil the party for Shristi and Tejas more by answering more questions ahead. Next question is, please don't go to the slide. Next question I'll tell you is the logo. Okay. Something infamous, something famous. Okay. OUS. So please go to the question. The buzzers are clear. Please go to the question. Identify the logo. Neelab has buzzed. Shocking. Wow. Neelab, what do you
Anonymous.
say? Anonymous, indeed. It is the hacker group Anonymous. Neelab getting it right. A pretty easy question, like compared to this time. Please don't go to the next question. Please don't. So with this, I guess this first and second position are pretty clear. Malay will back the second position. Others already back the first position. The contest is for the third position between Srishti and Tejas. Okay. Maybe Tejas can try to play it safe, not take any
Can
risk.
you wait
Because
a minute, please?
What?
I have got disconnected actually.
Who's this?
Nilab.
Neelab. Okay. Okay. Neelab is also at 60. Okay. Neelab is also at 60. Yeah. Sure. So Neelab is at 60. Tejas is at 60. Shristi is at 55. So this is going to be pretty intense. I cannot tell you, but yeah. Is Neelab back? One question, 15 points. Damn, this is going to be dope. Okay, Tejas and Neelab and Shrishti, all three of you are disconnected from the buzzers. Why are you guys already celebrating or something? Like, why have you got disconnected? You are the three main ones in the contest at this moment.
Can you
So
please tell the game code once more?
832924.
Did I get connected again?
Yes, Tejas has got connected again. Shrishti has come up with another device. So by that, Shrishti, could you remove the other two devices somehow?
I'm
Please?
using the same phone.
I don't know, like go to back and maybe like check the
game
history
is
or something.
showing that it is currently full.
Yeah, exactly. Because Shrishti has two devices in there, which like she doesn't have two devices, but it shows as two devices which are disconnected. So what we'll have, okay, Shrishti, your other two devices, other devices also got disconnected. So okay, before heading to the last question, let's let the anxiety increase. We'll just remove all the participants from the lobby and please join again in the lobby. Okay. Yes. So I've removed all. Please join again in the lobby. The code is 832924. It's getting interesting. It's getting heated. Come on. I could also see Anusha. You could Anusha is also into the game if you see, right? If Anusha is at 45. So all four of you are in the game.
If
Yes.
Anusha gets 15 points, she'll be third. And if
Yes.
Shrishti gets
Then it
15
would be a
points,
three-way tie.
then Neelam and Tejas will lose. So like it's
Exactly. I never thought the third position would be like so contested. It's pretty close at this moment. Pretty heated. I like this. I love this. Srishti, Neelab, Adya, and Malay have already joined. I'm just waiting for Tejas.
Could you please repeat the game code?
832924. Damn, this is fun. This is going to be fun. I could see Tejas and Anusha. All six of them are in the lobby. Don't go to the last question right now. Let us just hype it up more. Let's just let the anxiety soar the skies. Okay, Tejas, you're disconnected. Tejas, you're disconnected. Tejas. Okay, clear buzzer. Tejas is there. Everyone's there. Last question. Let's not go there first. Let's hype it up a little. 15 points for Anusha to tie with the third position. 15 points for Srishti to come like alone with the third position. Malay or Neelab, if they get 15, if they give it correctly, then they get the third position. If one of one of Tejas and Neelab gets a -5, then the other one directly gets the third position. Too complicated. So I hope the basic motto is okay. Please don't buzz right now. So the basic motto is to get the answer right. Okay, that's always the case. This is pretty interesting. Let's straight away get to the question. Let's get to the question. Come on, come on. Yeah, the buzzers are clear. Go. In 2005, Forbes released the list of 15 richest fictional characters. A certain, yeah, Shrishti is buzzed. Shrishti is buzzed. Shrishti, what's your answer? What's your answer, Shrishti? Wait. Let's hype it up. Drum rolls. Srishti, 3, 2, 1. Say your answer. Srishti. Srishti, you don't need to hype it up this much, okay? Please give the answer.
It's a
Please.
gloss or something. I remember something. It's gloss or Richie Rich or anything. Like I'm just guessing.
Give a guess. Don't give a 3 for what clause? You're close to the answer. Come on.
Sorry.
One definitive answer, please. one definitive answer? In all
Santa
seriousness.
Claus.
Exactly. That's the right answer. It is Santa Claus. It is indeed Santa Claus. And so basically, Santa Claus was dropped from the list because it said that he isn't fictional, he is real. So it is Santa Claus with infinite wealth that he was named in the 15th richest fictional characters. Srishti getting a plus 15 and bagging the third position with 70 points. This is interesting. This is damn interesting. Okay. I cannot believe this happened in this quiz, but wow, just wow. So let me announce the final three positions. At number 1, we have Adya Aditi Parida. At number 2, we have Malay Devashish. And at number 3, we have Srishti Sinha. So those are the top 3. Congratulations. It was super fun. It was super fun to say the least. And I enjoyed it throughout. Like, like I don't like online quizzing much because I'm not able to shove the mics into the faces of people and just run away and jump a little. I'm just sitting right now here and it's too boring for me. But this was a hell of adrenaline rush. It was like an amazing ride. So thanks to everyone who coordinated throughout. Thanks to the appointees who were there, all the audience members. Thank you for being here, sticking with us, and obviously the participants. And it was quite great fun. So I'll just look into it just a second. So Amit Pandey sir is there in the meeting. Sandeep sir is there in the meeting too. So I'll just give a last vote of thanks from my end. So yeah, thank you to all of you guys who coordinated throughout. Sandeep sir, Amit Pandey sir, like who guided us, and also to Kanika, always there to help me out. So you maintained the scores well, shared the slides well, except for just turning to the next question and I didn't ask you to. Please don't do that. So thank you, Kanika. And yeah, that's it from my end. And yeah, like King should just try to be a little calmer from next time. Do not worry so much about things. Like we can handle it easily. So that's it. Thank you. Thank you. That's it from my end.
Good evening,
Congratulations.
everyone.
Yes, we have Garima Modi here. She is the deputy head girl. So she would like to give a vote of thanks to you, Shakib, and all our teachers, Pandey sir, Sanjeev Sinha sir. Over to you, Garima.
So, yeah, thank you so much, Kingshuk. A very hearty good evening to everyone present here. Shake Baku's master for today, respected teachers Mr. Amit Pandey and Mr. Sanjeev Sinha, and all the participants. It is an honor for me to have the opportunity to deliver the vote of thanks for today. First of all, I would like to thank the Almighty for keeping us safe and secure in the times of the coronavirus pandemic and fit enough to attend today's competition. I, on the behalf of the entire Student Council team, extend my heartfelt gratitude to Master Shakib for his exemplary conduction of the quiz. Thank you, Shakib, for the wonderful time, and I hope that all the participants had fun. A big thanks to Kanika Malhotra, who has assisted Shakib in the quiz. A special thanks to the teachers for guiding and mentoring us for today's program. I extend my heartfelt gratitude to our head boy Kingshuk Banerjee and the entire student council team for coordinating today's program. And lastly, I would like to thank all the participants for their contribution in making the last competition of our batch a success. Thank you so much. Thank you. Kingshuk, please take over.
Well done. Congratulating
Yes,
one
sir.
and all
Sanjeev.
to you people so nicely. And the thing is that it was so thrilling and well organized within few days. That's that the truly it says like a small dot can stop a big sentence, but few more dots can give continuity. So everything ending can be a new beginning. So the journey must go on. And इतने ढंग से मेहनत इतनी
Yes, sir.
खामोशी से
I'm
हुई
there, sir.
कि कामयाबी
Sir,
शोर
I'm
मचा
here.
दी. It's yes ma'am, you are there. And so we are very happy and nicely organized questions and everything was very nice. And we could see the gems of our
Congratulations to
students.
all.
Very knowledgeable
Congratulations
teams.
to all, and really
Okay.
it was a brilliant experience with you all people. All have done a very good job, and proper coordination was there. And particularly, let me add this thing, that what quorum it is required in quizzing and all are having that quorum, and that's why this event became a very successful one. So let me congratulate all of you, and may I request our quiz
Yes,
coordinator, our quiz club
Dr. Nina
team
ma'am.
coordinator,
So
Dr. Nina Rani ma'am, to
she
share a
should also
few
bless
words
us.
with
Yes.
the quizzers.
Very
Yeah.
nice.
Good
Nicely and
evening,
all knowledge.
everyone. Good
Good
evening,
evening, ma'am.
everyone.
Yes.
And sorry to say that I was late, as
No,
I had
don't worry,
gone to
ma'am.
school only, and I had a word with principal sir, and I told him the students are there and the mentors are there. Um, Mr. Sanjeev Sinha sir is there, Dr. Amit Pandey is there, and they are, sir, conducting the quiz online. So he was very happy, and he said that Sanjeev Sinha sir will be always with us. He will never leave us, and he is our DPS Ranchi's quiz master. And even he appreciated Amit sir also. So I don't know,
Yeah.
students, you must had a nice time, and it was. I mean, you must have judged yourself as how wise you are. So you have been added to this group, and we are very happy. We are very happy that you all were there at the last session and all. I mean, it's just about to finish. So as sir said, Sanjeev Sinha sir said that where there is an end, there is a beginning. Yes, sir,
Yeah.
sure, that where there is an end, there is a beginning. So I just
Yeah.
truly appreciate, sir, your effort and all, from the password ID to the quiz conduction and all. And even Amit sir, I am also very much thankful. And I think, sir, there is a record. Maybe
Yeah.
principal
Yeah.
sir would like
Okay.
to see it, because I have given the intimation that you all are conducting it. And students who were the participants, their names and all, sir, please reflect
Yeah.
it,
Yeah.
and we will put it on the site.
Many of them are equally knowledgeable, and though we have plethora of experiences, but such quiz and the questions and the answers and the knowledge, so we are delighted rather. Very nice. Very nice,
Okay,
and
sir.
in the short time. Okay, ma'am.
Okay.
Thank you
Yes,
for
indeed,
your
ma'am.
blessings.
Thank you
Okay.
very much.
The
And
the winner.
really, it was a wonderful experience with all these quizzers and few new faces I saw, and we are delighted that in future they are going to rock in the quizzing and all. And let us congratulate all of them who are there as a quizzer in our school, and they are
Yes,
the
sir.
asset. They are the asset. Let me add these words.
And tomorrow they are going to have the, I think, felicitation and all, and some exhibits would be also displayed, sir, tomorrow. Those who all would be going
Okay.
school, some exhibits will be displayed, sir, tomorrow.
Okay,
Sir,
ma'am.
principal
Okay.
sir was saying that few exhibits which are very excellent, they'll be
Yeah.
exhibited before the guest and all.
Okay.
So
Okay, and ma'am, we recording we have done, and screenshot and all. I'll share with you, ma'am.
okay.
Okay. All the
Thank you
best.
very
All the
much,
best.
sir.
They are
Thank you.
exhausted also. Okay, ma'am. Okay.
Just a small
Thank you,
reminder
sir.
to
You
the
both are
Yes.
backbones. You are the backbones of the quizzers, sir. So thank you very much. Thank you very much,
Thanks,
sir.
ma'am. Yes,
Okay.
Kinsuk.
Yes, sir. Just a small reminder
Ah,
to the position holders. They should send their father's name and their houses to the respective house captains for the certificates.
okay. Okay.
Yeah, and special thanks to Kingshuk Banerjee.
Yeah, yeah.
Yeah,
Thank you,
special
ma'am.
thanks
That
to
that
Kingshuk
total
Banerjee.
united we
Sir,
stand. So a very
I mean,
united team. Very
he's
nice.
such a good coordinator that none of the teachers they face any problem. So thank you
Yeah.
very much, Kingshuk. Thank you very much.
Garima also played a very important, and Kanika
Yeah, I
also
did
all the
not hear.
time they
I
are
just
also there.
heard.
Yes. Yes.
Yeah, I just
There.
heard
All
Kingshuk.
are.
That
All
is
are.
why Garima is also there. All the students
Yes.
are there.
Yes.
Yeah.
All are there. Okay. Okay. Bye. Bless you.
Okay. Thank you very much. Bye.
Thank you to all. Now, Kanika, you can end the meeting.
Yes, sir.
So I'm the host, so I'll be ending it. Before that, just Kanika, could you just stop the recording and just take out whatever the